Hey you guys, so to begin, I'm gonna go in with my eyes. My eyes are actually nice and primed. I use a concealer. So the two palettes that we're gonna begin with is going to be the eye contour palette. This one is the one that I found actually at TJ Maxx for $27.99. If you guys haven't watched my latest TJ Maxx video where I kind of show you guys all the makeup products that I ended up finding at TJ Maxx and at Marshalls, I will link it up here so you guys can go see it. So this is the palette. I actually did start already to work with it. Love the shades. Every shade is very neutral. You can definitely create neutral eyeshadow looks with this. Go from a more soft brown to a more smoky eye look. So that is why I really do like the palette so far. We're gonna go in with this color over here, and I'm gonna drag that color all over my eyelid. So far you guys, the eyeshadow is actually blending quite nicely on my eye, as you can see. And what I like to do is pretty much go back and forth. You guys already know the deal, how I blend my eyeshadows, but that is pretty much what I like to do. So now I'm going to go in with a flat brush. I'm going to take the Morphe M166 brush, and I'm going to take a brown shade. So I'm going to take this color over here. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to apply that all over my eyelid. Now, the eyeshadows, you guys, are very buttery, very creamy. Now, keep in mind, like some brown colors, you guys, are really hard to work with sometimes. They can get a little patchy, and sometimes that is a problem when it comes to like brown eyeshadows. So that is so far how it's looking. I'm going to actually go in more in the inner part of my eyes here because I feel like I lost some shade there. But now we're going to go in with the Shade and Light Glimmer palette. Now the Shade and Light Glimmer palette only has glimmer eyeshadows. So now with the Shade and Light palette, I'm going to take that black shade in the palette, and I'm going to actually work that color more in the outer crease of my eye, or more in the outer V. So it's just going to intensify the brown just a tad bit. Now I don't have a lot of problems with the matte eyeshadows from the Shade and Light Eye Contour palette. I think it glided on really nicely. It blended really nicely as well, given the fact that brown eyeshadows are really hard to work with in the first place because sometimes they can look a little bit patchy. So now we're going to go in with the Kat Von D Glimmer eyeshadow. This is how the eyeshadows look like, you guys. It's really pretty. I love the colors. I actually swatched this palette and I worked already with the shimmer eyeshadows, and it actually swatches really nicely, and I love the pigmentation of it. But the reason why I'm a little bit disappointed with this palette is because as I was putting the glittery eyeshadows on my eyes, it was not adhering well with my finger or with a wet brush. You know how sometimes your finger can work a lot better when you apply eyeshadow, especially with glittery shades. Well, it was applying fine, but then as soon as I started to do or blend my eyeshadow, the shimmer from the eyeshadow just started to come off, and it was just not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I honestly was like, you know what, let me just try a glitter glue and see if that works. And to my surprise, it actually worked really well. That's why I wanted to explain myself a little bit more before I applied the shimmery eyeshadow that I will be using, so that way you guys don't get confused to why I'm using glitter glue. And this one is the Too Faced Glitter Glue Eyeshadow Primer. So we're going to do more of a halo effect on the eyes because I really love halo eye looks. So I'm going to go in with a concealer. You can go with any concealer of your choice. Like I said, I'm going to grab some of my glitter glue, and I'm going to apply this all over this eyelid over here. So that way it adheres better. And I'm going to take a flat brush as well, just to get that glitter all over this whole eye look. So I'm going to take a brush. This is the M213 brush, and it's from Morphe. I'm going to take this color over here, which is a champagne color, and I'm going to pop that color in the middle part of my eye. This is such a pretty color. Ooh, you guys, look at that color. It's so pretty. I'm going to go back now to the matte eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to go in with that brown shade over here. And I'm just going to make sure like I blend those two colors together so it doesn't look harsh. Alright you guys, so this is pretty much the eye look. I'm going to go off camera now and I'm going to go finish the other eye. So I'll be right back. So I'm just going to wipe away with a makeup wipe underneath my eyes. And what I like to do sometimes to get that sharp edge at the corner of my eye, I will grab the makeup wipe with my finger and I will slowly clean the outer corner there. And that's how I usually get that like perfect line. I think it's a good guide also when you're trying to apply your eyeliner. It just makes it a lot easier as well. I try to go in with the tattoo eyeliner. Color of this is called Trooper Black. I actually do like this eyeliner because it's very black and it dries so fast, you guys. So anytime I use this, I'm always like making sure that I cap my eyeliner because sometimes it dries really quickly and then you're screwed, you know. So I'm going to use this. So now I'm taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And this one is so good because I love the way it curls your eyelashes. And it doesn't leave it as clumpy. For my eyelashes, I'm going to go in with the Lily Lashes in the style Miami. This is how it looks like. The eyelashes are so flirty, very flared out, and very dramatic. I actually found this also at TJ Maxx. Anytime I see Lily Lashes at TJ Maxx, you guys, I totally take as many as I could. You probably will see me like with a whole bunch of eyelashes all over. So anyways, I'm going to pop this on. Now, I know the thing like with these type of eyelashes, like the bands tend to be a lot thicker. What you need to do when it comes to that situation, all you want to do is just grab your eyelashes and just kind of like bend them just so it's to your eye shape. And also make sure you measure your eyes and cut the corners. I try to cut it from the outer corner instead of the inner corner because then if you cut it from the inner corner, it kind of looks a little bit awkward. So make sure you do that and then pop on some glue. Wait a little bit. That way the glue is a little tacky and then apply it right on your eyes. And these are totally reusable, you guys. I have used these like, I think 15 times already. And they have not gone bad or they have not like lost its flexibility or any of that. So I totally recommend these. So now I'm going to go in with a primer. I'm going to just use this primer from Stila. It's a one-step correcting primer. And I love this because it not only primes, but it also color corrects. So it has a little bit of that green reddish tone to it. So that way if you have any redness going on or any other discoloration, it will kind of tone it down. So now I'm going to go in with a foundation now that I primed my face. And I'm going to try to use a drugstore foundation because I actually haven't used a lot of drugstore foundations lately. And I feel like I'm trying to show you guys like an affordable way to go with a foundation. So this one is the Maybelline 24-Hour Foundation, and I have it in the shade 310 Sun Beige, and I also have it in the shade 312, which is golden. I'm actually in between shades. It's that time of the season where I'm actually a little bit lighter than before. I don't know, it's just that kind of season, that type of time when your tan kind of goes away. So I'm going to mix these two foundations because I feel the other one is a little bit too light for me and the other one is a tad bit dark. I love this foundation, you guys, because it has even a pump to this, and you can find this foundation at the drugstore for I think $12. Sometimes if you actually have a coupon, you actually find it for even like $8. So I totally suggest buying this foundation. You're going to see why I love it so much. And what I usually do is just mix the colors and I will apply it all over my face. Now this foundation is so full coverage, you guys. You guys are going to see how full coverage this foundation is. And I usually love to apply this foundation with a beauty blender. I feel like that's the best way. It is not as liquidy either. If you have oily skin, this is like the perfect foundation for you. And it's gonna actually stay on you for a long time. I've actually tested this foundation when I went out a couple months ago, and it stayed on me so well. Like, it didn't move at all. So totally recommend you guys get this foundation if you're looking for a drugstore foundation that's affordable. I've been trying to do my makeup a little bit different. So what I'm going to grab is a flat brush, and I'm going to take whatever I have on my hand from the foundation, and I'm just going to carve out my eyebrows from the top here. I used to like actually carve out my eyebrows first and then do my foundation, but I feel like this is the best way to do it because then I don't feel like I have two different colors on my face. Now for my concealer, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This one is in medium 26. I will leave the link down below where you can get it. All the products that I will be mentioning in this video, I will leave them down below so you guys know where to get them. So I'm going to apply that underneath my eye, the bridge of my nose, here, here. This concealer, you guys, is so creamy and it definitely gives you that full coverage that you want underneath your eyes. Who doesn't want a full coverage concealer? I mean, let's just be real. I really don't care so much for concealers that give you like that kind of natural look, because I'm totally for a concealer that's like full coverage. This concealer has become so far like my favorite concealer aside from the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. So well worth it, you guys. And it's so affordable. You can definitely find this at the website at colourpop.com. What I like about this concealer also that it's not drying at all. So now I'm going to go in with my Airspun Loose Powder. I'm going to apply that underneath my eyes. It is really good because that's the most affordable powder that I can think of that I've been loving. And it really does its job at keeping your makeup in place. We're going to now finish underneath the eyes. I'm going to go back to the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I'm going to go back to the matte eyeshadow. Whatever we did on the top of our eyes, we're going to do at the bottom. I'm going to take the Morphe E35 brush, and I'm going to take that brown shade, like a burnt brown, or the lightest brown there. And I'm going to apply that right underneath the eyes. And now I'm going to go in with the Glimmer Shadow palette. And I'm going to take that same color, that champagne color there, and I'm going to pop that in the middle part of my eye. See, without the glitter glue, you guys, the color does not adhere well to my eyelids. I don't know if I'm the only one that has this issue. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of the glitter glue right in the middle of my eyes there. And I'm going to take that champagne glittery color and I'm going to just pop that right in the center there. I'm gonna go back to that brown shade and just pop that right in there. Just make sure that you're blending. I'm gonna take this eyeliner from NARS. It is the NARS Longer Than Life eyeliner, and it looks like this. And I'm just gonna put that under my waterline. Okay, I'm going to pop on some mascara on my lower eyelashes. All right, you guys, the eye look is looking so good. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, and I actually love this palette so much. And I'm going to actually use these two colors right here. I think I'm going to go more for the darker color there because it's just a more easier. I think that color is a lot better. So I'm going to use that to bronze up my whole face. And we're just going to apply that right there. I'm going to go in now with the Anastasia, can't talk. So I'm going to go in now with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio. This one is how it looks like. And I'm going to try to take that, let me see. I'm going to take this mauve shade right here, and I'm going to apply that all over my cheeks. Just to give me a little bit of color. Not too much, but just a little bit, you know. So now for highlight, I'm going to take this Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. And this is how it looks like. It's a little bit beat up because I've had this actually for a long time. And I'm going to take a little fan brush. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe Art 12 brush, and I'm going to apply some of the highlights on the highest point of my cheeks. This highlighter is so good. I'm going to try to show you guys how it looks without using some like Fix Plus. So it gives you like a nice subtle look, subtle highlight without being so harsh. I go in with some Fix Plus from MAC, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on my fan brush, and I'm going to take that Champagne Pop highlight, and with that fan brush, you see how like intense my highlight looks with being wet. Oh, this highlight is so pretty, you guys. It's so pretty. I don't know about you guys, but I am obsessed with highlights. But in between the Champagne Pop, the Anastasia Amarezi highlighter, and the Master Chrome by Maybelline, the one that's called Molten Gold, those three highlighters are my favorite so far for an everyday type of highlight. I love those three highlighters. Well, let me know in the comments below what is your favorite highlighter and what other highlighters I should try, because I would love to know. Anyways, now we're gonna go in with the lips. I think for my lips, I want to do something brown for the fall season. So recently I did find this MAC Very Valuable Pro Long Wear pencil kits, and this one I think was going for around $20 at Marshall's. It comes with a set of 3 lip pencils. One is in the color Bittersweet, which is a brown shade. The other color is Nice and Spicy, and then the other one's called Staunchly Stylish. But I'm gonna actually use the brown one over here for my whole lip. It glides on so smoothly and so buttery. It's really nice. Wow, this is so pretty. I kind of want to use it for my whole lip. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Cool Brown from Anastasia. I'm going to go get ready. I'm going to put my hair down, get myself ready, and then I'll be right back and I'll give you guys my last thoughts about the products that I mentioned before. First and foremost, we're going to talk about the palette. I feel like the palette is really good. The only thing that I really don't like about the Glimmer eyeshadow palette is that you do have to use a glitter glue, which I was a little bit disappointed with because I was really having really high expectations with the palette. But it is pigmented, don't get me wrong, when you do apply it on your eyelid. The only thing is that as soon as you start to blend your eyeshadows, the color or the shimmery eyeshadows start to kind of like disappear. So I did use a glitter glue that, like you guys seen on the video, just to get the eyeshadow to stay in place, so that way when I do blend it, it doesn't move all over the place. So that's what I did, and I think that's the only way for me to use the palette. If you guys have a different technique, let me know in the comments below, because girl, I'm like open for your own thoughts and opinions on what you guys think is the best way to apply the eyeshadows. We're all different, so what works for me may not work for you. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys do with this palette, how you guys use it. The lip liner called Bittersweet by MAC, I'm obsessed with. Other than that, you guys, I am pretty satisfied, pretty happy about the way this makeup turned out. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know that it was pretty long, but thank you if you have stood around towards the end of the video. If you do end up recreating this look, make sure to tag me at Beauty by Jetta and follow me there, which is my Instagram account. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Enjoy your day.
Alright, so I'm actually now going to take my makeup off because it is currently 12:21 in the morning. And where am I going to go? And it's, I think, a Tuesday today. Where am I going to go at 12:21 in the morning?